Good morning, Dr. Lori here from the shores of Key West and the Gulf side, which would now be the Gulf of America. And I'm hanging out here for a couple of days. And I had a woman yesterday, I was walking on the beach, and she had a couple of questions for me. And some of her questions are very similar to questions I get a lot. And so I wanted to share her story here so that it might resonate with other people and you can hear what my response would be. We were walking on the beach in bathing suits, and she had come up to me and she said, "I just want to let you know that you look great." So I said, "Thank you." She wanted to know what I did. I told her I was a wellness doctor that helps people love the body that they live in. And she said, "I need to talk to you. I have lots of questions." And then she asked me what I thought about weight loss injections and did I do weight loss injections to look the way that I did. And I had told her that they were not my first choice. I do not do weight loss injections. And so I said, but I can help people that do weight loss injections to get off of them, because what you may have been told is that they are a lifetime of injections, and that is not true if you know how to do the lifestyle. And that's what I'm all about, is learning to live a healthy lifestyle. And so I had asked her what her side effects were from her weight loss medications. And I'm not going to name names, but she told me that one that she was on made her so nauseous, so sick. She couldn't keep anything in her body. Food didn't taste good. And these are common concerns that I hear from people. And so I told her that that was common, that she was not alone to have that. And she said that that's what her provider told her, that that was common. But then they also then put her on a mixture where she does a combination of two different injections. So one week and the other week to see if that could reduce her symptoms. And so she was in the middle of trying that. And she said that it was reducing the symptoms, but she still had symptoms. She didn't like the taste of food. It really made her, food just made her nauseous. And again, these are things that I hear from people regularly. And so I say that food is meant to be enjoyed. Food is something that we are going to gather with people for the rest of our life. And if you're not comfortable around food, then it may be time for us to have a conversation about, is this something that you can do for the rest of your life? And that is one of the main things that I talk with people about. And we explore that with your lifestyle and what's going on with you. The other thing that she told me is, she said, "How often do you work out?" And she said, "Because it's obvious that you work out." And I said, "I do work out." And I said, "But my key is consistency." And I said, "And while I have been working out almost my entire life, that doesn't mean that you can't start today." And that's what I tell people, is to start today and start in small baby steps. And she said she used to go to the gym a lot, but she has become self-conscious about her body and she doesn't want to go to the gym. And so this is, again, something that I hear from both men and women. And most of the time I will say that most people in the gym are focused on themselves and they're not really looking at you, so you go for you. But that doesn't help, again, with your feelings. And so the other thing that I usually say is to get yourself a set of weights that you can carry with you, or that you have at home that you could use by yourself, and so that there are not other people there with you or around you with the weights. And this is what I help people with all the time. As a matter of fact, if you've seen any of my videos, you know that I travel with weights and I lift weights consistently. But to answer the question, I only lift weights 3 days a week, and I lift less than 30 minutes each time. So let's just say I spend an hour and a half, 90 minutes on lifting weights each week, but I'm very consistent. If my days are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, no matter where I am, no matter what time of the day, I can stick to Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If for some reason something comes up, then I might not need to change to a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I have done a Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. I have done, a Tuesday, Friday, Sunday. I always skip at least one day in between my workouts, but I am very consistent on 3 days a week, and I don't lift a lot of weight. I carry 10-pound weights with me. I do both upper body and lower body with those weights. I also do other exercises, I do other things, but when it comes to lifting weights, and that's what most people ask me about, then I'm 3 days a week consistently, and an hour and a half to 90 minutes each week. And sometimes people say, oh, that's a lot of time. So then I break it down and I say, how much time are you watching TV? How much time are you scrolling on your phone, on one of these social media platforms? How often are you watching videos like this? And I'm not telling you that there's not educational information in there, but dedicate some time to yourself, dedicated time where you say this is non-negotiable and this is the time that's dedicated to me. Because one of the other things she said to me, and this is where I say that this is, again, a non-negotiable for yourself, is she said that she wants to get back into the gym. And it's now November, and she said she finished her last job on September 23rd, and she's going to go back to school in January, so she can't wait to get back into the gym. And I said, what's stopping you? And she said, well, I'm waiting to get ready. And I said, to get ready for what? It's already November. So we're in the middle of your time frame that you gave me from September to January, and you haven't gone yet. And I said, this is a hard reality. I'm a stranger, but I also don't sugarcoat things. What are you waiting to get ready for? When is the right date? Today is the right day. That's the answer. And take 10 minutes, take 5 minutes, whatever it is that you can take, but just get started, and get started today. Because we have no guarantees on earth for tomorrow. And your body is not going to wait. So all of these other things that you get so caught up in, the busyness of life, you yourself need to focus on you and dedicated time to yourself. And I want you to really think about that. Self-care is not selfish. And I say this regularly. You cannot help and serve others if your health is not strong. If you are not the best that you can be, then if you want to serve others, you can serve them in their best capacity because you are in your best capacity. So when are you starting? I hope your answer is today. If you need help with your program, you need help with some questions, reach out. Let's talk. Let's set up a free consult. I'd love to talk to you more about what's going on in your life. Have an amazing day.